Got it all tore apart, and we have the parts in question. These are STRC universal front axle shafts. They look very beefy, and they looked very well made. This is the problem. If you can see that, the pivot ball end of this shaft is actually just sheared off. Uh, it, it really wouldn't be a big deal. I understand things happen. But my buddy, who purchased his pretty much within the few days of when I purchased mine, and has almost exactly the same runtime on his rig, broke his driver's side about 10 minutes before I broke my passenger side. Uh, it doesn't really put a lot of faith in a part that I had a little bit of, confidence in. I understand some of the smaller parts houses do have issues when they start off, their first run of these parts. And I have not looked around the internet yet to see if there's been any further issues with the STRC universal axle shafts. I've not had any other issues with their parts. I've used their knuckles and C-hubs on occasion, their lockouts, transmission plates, the motor plate. Oh shoot, we've used the transmission skids that go up underneath and you mount your transmission on. Just a plethora of parts. Um, but for the first run of two of these sets of shafts, that's kind of disappointing. I did notice some rub right here, which would probably be rubbing on these these screws that mount the shock mount and shock and link mount for the SCX10 on the Vanquish axles. Other than that, they fit well. I didn't have too many issues. I did notice a little bit of rub marks on these pin retainers, these collars, but nothing drastic. So if I get a chance, I will get a picture and some vid of the other set, just as a comparison. This is a little disappointing. And again, this was two. This isn't just one set. This is two sets within a few minutes of each other, with about 2.5 hours of runtime. So that issue is being resolved right now. They actually answered a Facebook message pretty quick, and email messages through their customer service department very quickly, and are sending out two new sets. Um, so we'll see what happens with that, and I will come back after I have this reassembled